welcome to another episode of A Voice for All. I am your host, Jamila Gamble. I love when I hear from you guys, so be sure to, tweet me at Miss Jam PCCS. You could always follow the Jam fan page on facebook.com/Miss Jam Gamble. And when I hear from you, that's how I get feedback about the show and show content. So on this week's episode of A Voice for All, I am super excited, as I always am, but even more excited because I have two special guests, and I'm pretty sure you could hear one of their voices in the background. So I have Alex and her amazing, adorable son, Dallas. How about you say your name? So Dallas is actually looking at himself right now on the monitor, so he's a little bit starstruck by seeing himself. So welcome, Dallas. How are you? Are you good? How old are you?
7.
You're 7.
Bus.
What?
Bus?
The bus? There is no bus.
There's no buses, honey.
It's just you and Mom and Jaja.
Yeah.
So welcome to A Voice for All.
How's it going?
Alex and I, we used to work with each other way back yonder.
2007. Actually,
really?
2008. That's when Dallas was born, right? It was just shortly after that. So.
Wow, wow. And when we worked together, we worked in a program that was for adults with disabilities, and then you became pregnant.
That I did.
But we never knew that this was in store.
Yeah, so, and Dallas was just born this way with no indication of having a disability, and he's quite excited to be on the show. But yeah, we weren't aware of anything that was happening, and when Dallas was born, we were basically shown, here you are, and about 14 hours later, we got to see him again. So.
Wow. Okay, yeah. Dallas, you slide yourself up.
Do you want to slide up?
So you are still a young mom. Tell us how you accepted that, dealt with that you're a young mom, you're pregnant for the first time, and there's this whole misconception that it's usually older parents who have a child with a disability, but you were crazy young.
I was 22, and I think as most parents would, and most mothers, it's nature. No matter the situation, no matter the significant issues that we were dealing with, I think we took it on, not only by myself, but with my husband as well. I mean, Dallas's dad has been a huge, huge figure in his life, and
literally speaking too.
Yes, literally speaking, as he is 6'6", and Dallas is not far from that, are you?
That's big.
Dallas is big.
You are big.
Yeah, so
Baby.
yeah, now I have Dallas
baby.
here, and he's 7 years later, and we've taken it on with quite a good stride, haven't we?
So we decided to put a mic on Dallas just because when I started working with him in kindergarten, it's so crazy to believe that now he's like in grade 1. But when I started working with him, Dallas came in and he had absolutely no speech whatsoever. And now he is a talking machine. So he has a microphone on him. We've taken him out of his wheelchair. He's sitting in a big boy chair. Dallas, what's some of the words you could tell us?
Bus.
Bus. What else?
Sad baby.
Sad baby.
Sad baby.
Toot.
Who's your favorite character on TV?
Mickey.
Mickey.
Ja.
And Dracula. And who's here with you today?
Bat.
Baz.
Ja.
Dracula's house? Is that where you like to go? Is that where Bat's from?
What's your favorite food?
Banana, apple, pee-pee, pothole.
Banana, pizza, popcorn. Sounds right for me.
Apple.
And
apples.
Very
You didn't eat
healthy
apples
choices.
for me. So let's go back to kindergarten. Dallas is starting school. What was your emotions like when he was starting school?
Pretty scary, with everything that we're dealing with Dallas. I mean, there is a little bit of astigmatism. Obviously, he's got the wheelchair, and there's the lack of verbal communication. I think it was just taking on a new challenge, a different transition for Dallas. But we were lucky enough to have you become our TA, which for myself was a comfort level. Any suggestion I would ever give to a parent is definitely get to know their TA.
Yes.
I think that they're not accredited enough, as you were a significant part of Dallas's language, which was amazing. But I think as a parent, putting their kid into school for the first time, it can be a very scary moment. And I can honestly say today we are very comfortable about him going, and he will be starting a new school next year and going into grade 2, which is another new challenge for us and another new experience, as he is well accommodated at Massey Street. But
I seriously feel like a parent right now because one, Alex and I worked with each other when she was pregnant with Dallas. First and foremost, pregnant with Dallas. We played like Guitar Hero when she was pregnant with him. And then he's born. We weren't working with each other at that point. And then just out of like sheer luck, I see her walking through the hallway of the school I work at. And that's how I figured out he's coming to Massey. And I begged to work with him because what are the chances I work with your mom when she's pregnant with you? And to see that he's going into grade 2 now, like,
it's amazing. And I actually have a picture from my baby shower, not baby shower, but we went out for dinner. It was for my birthday. And there's a picture of you rubbing my belly and actually blowing it a kiss.
Yes.
And I think that from that moment, it was destined to be. I truly believe that.
So as you can see, Dallas likes to be really silly.
Move around.
He keeps sliding himself down. and asking to come back up, but we love it because again it's his communication, and that's what's so good about A Voice for All is that everyone could be on the show regardless of what your abilities are. We give you the chance to share your story, and that's what Dallas is doing right now. Essentially what he's doing is showing other parents, showing other students that, you know what, sure, you get a child who may have a diagnosis, but their story doesn't end there. Like, Dallas is continuing to amaze us.
Always, every day.
And isn't he reading?
He's actually reading at age. He's at a grade 1 level. He is actually thinking faster than he's talking. So
no bat noises.
It is, yes, bat noises. It is actually very exciting for us. And like I had mentioned earlier, with him not actually having a full diagnosis and only a description, it's really hard to find different means of communication for him or getting the funding that we need to be provided. But we've managed, and we've had a great support team through Erin Oaks, and again, the school has been amazing to us and everybody in his life, right?
So for the people who do not know what arthrogryposis is, I got so comfortable saying that for so many years, and now I'm like out of tune. What is it essentially?
Arthrogryposis, also known as AMC or arthrogryposis multiplex congenita, so arthro being the body. It actually, 1 in 3,000 people are born with arthrogryposis a year, and generally it is only in one of the main extremities, but in Dallas's case, it's in all 4 extremities. Arthrogryposis is a description, an umbrella with 400 diagnoses underneath it. And at this moment, Dallas does not classify to one of the diagnoses, but he shows similar traits to some of them.
Right.
But they say people with arthrogryposis under the umbrella may never be diagnosed with any of the 400 diagnoses. So, but that's a snapshot. So Dallas is unique in his own way, and eventually we'll figure out what's going on with him. But yeah, we do take it with quite a good stride, right, Dallas?
When we started working together, Dallas and I admit I was actually scared. I didn't know what I was getting myself into just because physically I hadn't worked with a child like him before. But I remember reading the diagnosis, the basic of what it said, and nowhere did it say that typically or how he functions, that he's low in any way. So I talked to him and worked with him like I'd work with any child.
And he's really just intelligent. He really knows what he wants, who he wants to be with.
Yes.
He can distinguish his own likes and dislikes. I mean, it's a blessing in disguise. We're more than thankful. I mean, with all the physical stuff we need to deal with, it's great that the mental component of it all is on a backlash, and that he's actually able to communicate. And like I said, I was also afraid too at my own time when Dallas was first born. His father actually was the first one to change his diaper because I was just so nervous. And being somebody who was already currently in the field, you would think, you know, I had that momentum, but I wasn't quite at that point. And
no,
when it's your own, But now today, I advocate strongly for him. I think it also helps.
You absolutely need to, because there's not that many children.
No, Dallas is, like I said, there's 1 in 3,000, and I have yet today have only met 2 people who have a description of arthrogryposis.
Wow.
It is not obviously popular or well seen like you would with somebody who had autism or even Down syndrome. You would see it more often. but Dallas definitely is, he's unique. And
Dallas, who's your best friend?
Mother.
That's not the right answer, Dallas.
who's your best
Who's
friend?
your best friend?
Dada.
Jaja.
Dada.
Jaja?
Jaja's bad?
My dada.
So Dallas has always called me Jaja. We tried for a little while to get him to say jam. Can you try to say jam?
Good.
You see, when I worked at Dallas, honestly, I felt that if I could work with a child like Dallas and see how far he gets, I have no doubt that any other child out there, who would, regardless of what their abilities are, that they could continue to grow and they continue to develop. Dallas has come such a long way. And Alex, even you as a mom, I think you give hope to other moms out there who are young moms and maybe they have a child who has a certain disability, that you're giving them a bit of hope, which is great to see.
I'm glad I'm able to do that, and actually I do work for Carey's Place Autism Services, so I am dealing with families on a constant basis,
Yeah.
and I always have the opportunity to share my story with other parents, which makes me feel better. And I think it makes them feel better. Again, coming from being such a young person and dealing with parents who are actually in their late 30s and early 40s who are dealing with this, I think that I welcome them. Yeah, I've come a long way, and I think Carey's Place has also offered me opportunity to provide different resources for Dallas as well. Not only do they focus on autism.
Oh, see, Dallas is taking the word. So Dallas, we have 10 seconds left. Can you say bye?
Can we say goodbye?
Say bye.
Say we'll see you later.
We will see you after the break. Thank you to Alex and Dallas for being our first set of guests. And after the break, we have Voices for Ability, so stay tuned. Yeah, Dallas! Say bye. Welcome back to Voice for All. If you're just joining us, welcome. We're glad to have you. As always, I always encourage you guys to get in touch with me. So Twitter at MissJamPCCS, Facebook, facebook.com/MissJamGamble, where we're doing the whole of Voice for All movement, and S4AVFA. It's all there. But welcome back. In our previous episode, we were talking about arthrogryposis, but on this segment, we have Voices for Ability, who have been on before, but there's some big changes that are actually happening with Voices for Ability. So we have Josh and Melanie, two of the hardest working people I know, on A Voice for All. Welcome. How you guys feeling?
Good.
I got a spinny chair now. That's how special you guys are.
Wow.
I got a fancy chair.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Josh, tell us about what your role is in A Voice for All. I mean, Voice for Ability. See? Whoa, too much. Too much voice.
That's okay. That's all right. I am actually Melanie's administrative assistant, so I handle anything from emails to flyers to tickets to...
You're her right-hand man.
Pretty much. Step into the breach when necessary, you know, that sort of thing. Fill in when there's needs. But,
every day.
I love it. I've been doing it about a year now.
Awesome.
And it's just, it's amazing, and she's just got so much passion that you can't help but want to get involved.
I'll give you the check afterwards.
I appreciate that.
Okay. Melanie,
yes,
we've had you on before, but for the guests who are just tuning in for the first time and do not know all the incredible things that you're doing, who is Melanie?
Well, I'm the founder of Connect for Life and Voices for Ability. Connect for Life is our charity, and we help individuals with disabilities access education and training programs. And Voices for Ability is our internet radio station. It's the first 24/7 internet radio station for, about, and by people with disabilities and their allies.
Yes.
And we have amazing entertaining programs, entertainment show, sports show, and we even have Straight Up with Jam, and we're so excited about that. We even have a sex talk show, something for everyone, and really excited. You know, been up and running for 2 years now, almost 3. Wow. And really great, exciting things going on, and we have a really exciting new endeavor that we're starting. Our radio broadcast training program called An Accessible Voice in Broadcasting, and it's the first radio broadcast training program, especially for people with disabilities.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what led you to create all these programs?
Well, you know what? Really, truly, it's seeing the talents of individuals with disabilities and the abilities, really focusing on the abilities, and seeing these abilities not being put to good use.
Yeah.
And really, that is because I started with our campaign, What's Your Ability? We started this year. And one of my board members said to me, Melanie, what's your ability? And I'm like, I don't know.
That's a problem.
And you know why? Because we focus so much on being labeled as disabled. And I know I'm legally blind. I know all the wonderful things I do on a daily basis, but I don't look at them as abilities. I just look at it as getting through the day.
Right.
But individuals with disabilities have so many amazing talents, and a lot of them are in media. And a lot of the people love music, they love radio, they love...
Just like anybody else would.
Exactly.
It's not an
Absolutely.
exceptional thing.
That's
Oh, because you're
Not at all.
you have a disability, you automatically... No, you're human.
That's it.
You love entertainment.
And then, of course, working with Voices for Ability, seeing all of the great hosts that have all these amazing ideas and talents coming through on a weekly basis in their shows, and watching them grow and develop, I'm like, wow, this has been, with the platform Voices for Ability has been so exceptional and such a great experience for us. I'm like, there's such a need. And then in the broadcast community, only 2% of employees have disabilities, and that number is way too low. And broadcasting field has pledged to hire people with disabilities. And when you think about broadcasting, you think of like people on screen, people on the radio, but there's so many other roles behind the scenes, the production, the editing, all the other things. And if they have the right skills and training, that's possible.
So that's what you guys are providing.
Yes.
And in an environment that is welcoming, obviously, and you're fostering those skills. It's about time, honestly. When I think about it, like, why haven't we thought about this before? I don't know.
Well, you know what? There's wonderful, great programs out there, but they're not accessible. They're great for the average Joe, let's call it. And that's fine, but a lot of the programs out there don't have the accessible equipment because it's expensive, and they don't know necessarily what needs to be done to help accommodate individuals. And that's understandable, because why would you unless you need it? Right.
So Josh, since you're the right-hand man,
Yes.
tell me some of the shows that Voices for Ability offers.
Oh, there's a number of them. We've managed to fill time slots everywhere from is it 7 a.m. until right up to 11 p.m. with different things. We've got a fellow that does a 2-hour show on alt-rock music. We've got your show, of course, which we love.
Yay!
And we've got a show from a young lady out of Ottawa called Femtime.
Oh, out of Ottawa.
Yes,
Awesome.
absolutely.
Okay. Talk about accessibility.
Yes, and
Absolutely.
that's the other great thing about being on internet is we can have people from all over Ontario. Like Josh said, somebody in Ottawa, we have somebody in Richmond Hill, we have somebody in London, somebody in Peterborough, and somebody in Brampton.
Fantastic.
It's really great.
Okay.
All kinds of different
sorry,
things.
Josh.
So no, that's okay. We've got our Neutral Zone show, which is our sports show. So we talk about. We try to talk a little bit about parasports, but we do include other sports because, of course, we're all sports fans of one type or another. It just depends on the sport you're into. We've got our sex show, of course, Deliciously Disabled, with our friend Andrew Morrison-Gerza, who definitely leaves an impression.
Without a doubt.
And there's a whole bunch of others. Melanie does a show called Spotlight, where she interviews people who have made a difference in the community.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So she's well on board with this as well.
So
Have I missed anybody?
you guys are here today to talk about the training that's being offered. Give me more. Like, what's happening with
the
that?
radio broadcast training program in accessible voice and broadcasting. We're currently starting intake interviews. Our classes start September 8th, so we are trying. We're partnering with Broadcast Training Center, which is located at 264 Lakeshore Road East in Mississauga. It's fully accessible. It's going to be state of the art. We're renovating it. So Peter Whitaker is our partner with the Broadcast Training Center, and him and his team. We're going to have 3 trainers, who have 30 years of broadcast training experience, as well as we're going to have teaching assistants that have experience working with individuals with disabilities.
Bravo.
We are also going to be, it's 6-month course, 5 days a week, 3 hours. The client or the students have a choice of either coming to the morning class or the afternoon class, whichever works better for their schedule.
Right.
Hopefully, if we get enough interest, we'll be opening an evening class for those people that work.
Because people with disabilities work.
Absolutely.
We do, absolutely.
In case people didn't realize that.
I know, and
Done
that's
it for 15 years now.
this is it. It's like, hello. And then, you know, again, we also, so that's our broadcast training program. And then we're going to also be launching our life skills training workshops in September as well. So we're busy at Connect for Life. But it's really important that we offer these training programs because we're really focusing on the training so that individuals can get the skills they need to get employed.
So is it okay for me to say that you're an inspiration?
Most definitely it is.
and the reason why I had to say it like that, because there's this huge, I don't know, conspiracy that's going out there that people with disabilities do not like to be referred to as an inspiration, because for able-bodied people like myself, we get off on the fact that we like to see people with disabilities doing well. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. You're an inspiration. I don't care.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
I don't care.
truly.
Now, obviously, you guys are doing all this phenomenal work, but it must cost a lot of money.
It does, and we're not funded, so that's a problem. So we're fundraising like crazy, and we did a lot of work on the Carasaga Community Charity Challenge.
I saw that.
And so that was our last big fundraiser. Out of that, we got the opportunity to do a Boston Pizza fundraiser on June 29th.
Yeah.
So that's from 5 to 9 at the Mississauga Square 1 Boston Pizza.
Delicious.
Yes. So
Go have dinner.
yeah, and that's our next big thing, and then we're working towards a gala in October. But it's a lot of hard work, and you know we're always looking for any contributions or donations.
So with 2 minutes left, I'm gonna dedicate 30 seconds to me telling you to open your wallet. Listen to my voice. Look at your wallet. If there's a card in it, if there's money in it, take it out, put it aside. Find Melanie. Give it to her. Easy breezy. I am honestly, truly so proud of what you guys are doing because, again, people with disabilities are people and they happen to like things that are entertainment based. And why not? Why can't they have a radio station? And I have not had a chance to publicly thank you, but thank you for letting me join the Voices for Ability family. For those of you who do not know, I've launched Straight Up with Jam, where I talk straight up about disability issues from an able-bodied perspective, if I have to throw that in there. But again, they are looking for volunteers. They're looking for support. Find them. Their information's at the bottom of the screen. If you are into media and you have skills that you could share with them and help other people foster their skills, this is a group that you should be getting in touch with, because honestly, in order for our community to become more accessible, business-wise, we have to have accessible personalities. So way to go, Josh and Melanie. Honestly, I know that more things are in store. We're probably going to have you back on again for another big announcement. This has been a great show of A Voice for All. I will catch you guys next week. Stay well, stay safe, stay accessible, and that means your personality. I'll catch you guys next time.